Why is it that at nighttime, when the world is quiet, the roads are truly open-ended with not a soul in sight, we'll immediately look inwards and wonder, can't sleep, and desire for something bigger? We ask big questions like, who are we, and why? Hello, it's time to listen to Mom. Today is a video essay on identity crisis we struggle with and how it relates to the movie Drive. The first point I want to make in this video essay is the fact of the driver's name. It's just that, the driver. We never learn of his name, which is quite strange. He acts as a vessel for us to insert our own self-identity towards or relate to him. It's kind of strange that despite not having a name, we feel such a connection. We learn of everyone else's name, but we know little of his own past or even his own ambitions. But at the same time, despite having so little to root for him, well, it goes into the next point. His quest and the open road. As he struggles to find himself, he takes to the open road and literally just takes on whatever happens, well, happens. We see even when he is home that he does not quite understand why he would stay cooped up and goes to the roads to have life push back on him. He desires for something to push his limits to give him the answer. This is also reinforced with the neon synth-wave music that hits up most of the time, and we immediately know our main character's plight without even needing to speak a single word, which can be explained in this next point of our driver. His lack of emotion. Now, Ryan Gosling is an amazing actor, so this choice of how stoic he is a actor's choice. With his lack of emotion, he shows that his character's passion is finding more of who he is, because he doesn't quite know who to display. He's looking to push himself to discover if he's a man of good character and morals or one who truly isn't. I mean, we see his moral compass to help people is strong, but then by night he goes into committing crimes, which is a duality of himself. He's playing a dangerous line on what will give him deeper meaning. It's almost as if he can't sleep or put aside his deeper desires. So let's deep dive further into that. He washes over anything good or bad and states that all he does is drive. Nothing is right or wrong, he just drives. We are shown and told he's a prodigy behind the wheel essentially. Built up, he has the skills to make it big and a natural. He's someone who could just live a quiet life. He doesn't actually need to commit these crimes, yet he still does, because he has this feeling of feeling unfulfilled or truly knowing who he is. This is why he provides such strict rules when he drives.
Anything admitted either side of that and you're on your own. I don't sit in while you're running it down. I don't carry a gun. I drive.
This continues to remove any guilt or attachments. They are just rules, but also why he doesn't ever get caught. It kind of feels similar to Batman, because we know Batman is a vigilante, but at the same time, our driver here, he's not a vigilante, he's a criminal, but he has rules. He knows the limits and he will not push them because he knows what will happen if he gives way to the other side. He gives a window, and in that window, you're his. Outside of that boundary, you are on your own. He knows outside of that boundary is emotion. It's attachment leading to greed, but also anger building towards vengeance. He keeps it simple, removing the time for problems. Then he goes on to his next gig. Here's an example of him showcasing some of that emotion and bringing out those inner demons. His rage is shown when somebody even attempts to recognize him. He threatens immediate death because it breaks that barrier for him. If anyone does such a thing, it means serious consequences.
Shut your mouth, or I'll kick your teeth down your throat and I'll shut it for you.
Because of this, it's stated it appears to be that he's difficult to work with.
You look like you're hard to work with.
Not if we understand each other.
His response back is quite simple. Not if we understand each other. The unfortunate part that causes a duality in him later is that when his good intentions are taken advantage of and he breaks back in vengeance to defend somebody, that time and barrier is finally broken and he has chosen to act. We see the film showcase in stylized horrific acts. This is where a driver thrives, but causes a split of who he wants to actually be, as we hear a song play in the background, a real hero. What does it mean to be a hero? Do you always have to defend somebody by acting out in an extreme way? It becomes a back and forth of murderers, and he gets his hands dirty just as much as he said earlier in the film. He proves to our main villain that he can be just as ruthless, and that he cannot be beaten into being scared and running, and that causes him to match the brutality of his main villain. The difference here is that he tries for an out and goes for the self-sacrifice route and still matches the consistent brutality time and time again in the back and forth exchange. We even see real emotion being displayed as he's angry at his mentor about messing it all up.
Why you gotta fuck everything up, Shan?
How was I supposed to know? Everything led to Nino!
So we ask some of these final questions. Is a driver a good man? Well, he drives recklessly. He's a murderer and he is willing to participate in illegal activities. The problem is, he is good at it. But he is a walking contradiction living two lives. He wants to embrace just one, and one finally comes out in the end, but the question is, was it too late?